In this corner, all the way from the UK by the way of Australia, it's the Cadbury brand milk chocolate candy bar with the caramel and biscuit filling. It's Boost.
Boost, good day, Boost.
Top of the
Good
morning.
day.
Oh,
Good
Boost.
day. It is a good
And in this corner, it's the exact same candy bar, but with nuts.
Good day on those nuts.
These,
Good day.
these nuts. These
Good day,
nuts.
Boost nuts.
It's bar versus bar. Nuts versus no nuts. The battle of Boost and Boost nuts. You tried it. Boost versus Boost nuts. The match we've all been waiting for. I'm Nick Novak with my pals Chad Hancock,
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
Guys, have either of you heard of this candy bar before today?
I heard of it when I saw them on the shelves in Australia. So yeah, these are another Australian snack that we're gonna try here, which means, you know what, guys? It's a return to Oz, and I'm not talking Wicked Witch of the West.
Are you talking about the HBO show about prisons?
Yes. I'm not talking about Wicked Witch of the West. I'm talking about various tattoos making a maze. Is that
Making
no,
a
wait, that's a
maze?
different prison show.
Oh, you think
What
about
prison
Prison
show is
Break?
that? The tattoos?
I was like,
Yeah.
what?
That's
It
the
was
one.
about like getting brutally
Okay.
raped and like skinheads and stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I guess this candy bar also is really popular in the UK. So it is around the world, just not in the United States. We don't see it. But did you see a lot of them over there? Like, is it something that people regularly buy?
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. I think it's a Cadbury bar, and Cadbury stuff in general, I think, is more popular in UK and other members of the what's it called? What's the UK conglomerate, like the Canada and Australia members of the Commonwealth? I think
Canada?
Cadbury is more
Whites?
popular in members of the Commonwealth.
Sure.
Right. People that love the Queen. So yeah, there was tons of Cadbury stuff, including these, and yeah, a bunch of other things that for some reason they just don't break out in the U.S. I guess because of Big Hershey and Big Mars Bar, their monopoly.
I
don't know.
do like most of Cadbury's other products. I've had a number of them, and they're usually good.
Yeah, like Dairy Milk is like a Hershey bar, except better in every way. You know what I mean?
I am well known for being in the bag for Hershey's or the Cadbury eggs. So that's really the only thing I can say for a fact I've eaten from Cadbury, but I love them. So
We were set to record, and about an hour ago, Geiger texted and asked, "What are we eating?" And we listed Boost and Boost nuts, and he says, "I don't have those." So
Quick, fly to Australia.
I went to my cabinet, and after Chad had mailed me these snacks, I had put them in two separate bags, one bag for me and then one to give to Geiger when I saw him. And so I see Geiger's bag sitting in my cabinet. So we decided we live pretty close. We would drive halfway and meet. And it's nighttime. It's pitch dark out. We pick a spot that's kind of in front of an abandoned store. And he pulls up next to me. We both get out and just start laughing at how absurd this is.
also to paint the scene, it is 9:30 at night. So it's like 9:30 on a Friday night. Drive to a clandestine abandoned parking lot. There's only one other car with its brights on. I'm like, oh, this got to be the guy. This is the second time we've met in a parking lot to exchange food. So it's
What was the motivation for picking this abandoned warehouse
case there's
versus
cops.
like parking lot of a jack in the box?
Right. The other part is that you have a long black jacket,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
exactly a jacket that a drug dealer or somebody
Yeah,
would
I'm
wear.
wearing like a long black pea coat that I could easily just like whip one side out and like, you got the stuff? Because I think that's what drug dealers say, right? You got the stuff.
So your goal was just to make this as suspicious as possible.
Right. Yeah, I
Yes.
snuck up to his car. I furtively looked over both shoulders, and I just dropped some money on the ground, and then he went and put some snacks in a garbage can nearby, and I fished them out afterward.
There was so much shame, like the entire process. We looked at each other and like kind of both smiled because it was stupid, and then we both got out of the car, walked 2 steps, and you made some joke like, "Hey, give me the damn pretzels" or something.
Well, I was telling Novak, what was funny is I'm like, well, I'm freaking out here because not only did I not have the boost note, like I didn't. So first off, I'm looking and I'm like, for a future episode that we might also be recording, I only had 1 bag of pretzel related snacks, and I'm like, okay, what's the other Snyder's product I'm supposed to have? So I'm like frantically searching through my bags of. I just have leftover food everywhere, like I didn't throw out a bunch of stuff we've eaten, so there's like half a bag of peanuts and like a fruit chalk just floating around and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh shit. And then I realized, like, yeah, I need to go through it.
That's
nasty. And then I'm like, I also don't know what we're doing for the minisode. I thought it was going to be a drink one. I'm like, I didn't buy any drinks. So I'm like, that's why I texted. And it's like, shit. And Betsy goes, what? I'm like, I got to go over to Novak. She's like, now? I'm like, I need to get the food. And she goes, just do it another time. I'm like, I got a schedule to meet. We'll have 15 very disappointed people if they don't have a podcast to listen to.
Well, I'm glad that this wasn't the time that I chose to ship you future snack, which was going to be just a Ziploc bag full of powdered sugar, because that would have made things extra suspicious during the handoff.
Yeah. A Ziploc bag of oregano, Ziploc bag of powdered sugar, and some heroin, whatever that looks like.
Right. I took like our next You Drank That segment and I put it in a syringe for some reason. And then handed it off to you.
So, folks, at this point in time, what percentage of total episodes have been Australian themed? Is this like 27% of our episodes are Australian now?
It's more than 10% because this is the 4th one, and we're at like around 40 if you count the mini episodes. So it's about 10%.
All
right. No more trips to Australia. We can't spread them out that far.
Yeah, but we do have one more Australian themed episode coming up.
Is it a Croc Dundee bar?
No, it's 3 snacks that I stole from my Qantas Airlines flight.
Chad, the king of never buying an actual snack, is ripping off an airline for its food now. What do we get, a bag of peanuts?
We literally, it was, the overnight flight, and they're like, oh, we're going to have a bunch of snacks, back in the back of the plane, just sitting out, for like, because you're supposed to sleep, but it's like if you wake up in the middle of the night or whatever. I just couldn't sleep that whole flight. So I just went into the back, and there's just all these snacks sitting there, and I'm like, well, nobody else is eating them. So I just start rating them. I came out of there with like 20 Tim Tams individually wrapped, and like all these other things. Just
Sir, we said one snack. Other people may also wake up.
Snacks on a plane?
Well done.
It was definitely snacks on a plane, yeah. I just had to eat these motherfucking snacks on this motherfucking plane.
Why do we keep reviewing shit that people can't even buy? Like, people who listen can't even get it. You have to order.
If you ever wake up overnight on a Qantas flight, you might enjoy this snack we were indifferent to.
To eat this snack, you have to order it and have it shipped to you. And we give it an indifferent, so 100% don't do that.
Yeah, but if you're ever in Australia, we've lined up 19 snacks we're all indifferent to or disliked, so you know what to avoid. There's nothing good over there, apparently.
Have you guys ever seen the TV edit of Snakes on a Plane?
No.
I've never seen it, period.
Well, Sam Jackson has that famous line about getting these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane. Mm-hmm. And in the TV edit, instead of bleeping it out, they just replaced it with some more sort of like nonsensical words. So it's something like, we got to get these, I forget what they say for the first motherfucking, but then for the second one, he does off this Monday to Friday plane. So it's like Sam Jackson screaming, we got to get it off this Monday to Friday plane. It's just one of the funniest substitutions.
That makes no sense.
Yeah,
Is that a good movie? I've always wanted to see it.
No.
I mean, like, I know it's not good.
It's fucking horrible.
But like funny, at least, like corny funny.
Not really.
Yeah, it is like a bad it's good kind of movie, but you have to be in the right mood for it and like sort of with the right people. Like I saw it opening weekend in the theater with a bunch of people that were like the type of people that would go see it opening weekend in the theater, and everybody was like screaming and yelling and stuff. And then I watched it on DVD a couple years later, and I'm like, This doesn't really hold up.
That Monday to Friday movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dig into these Boost candy bars, and before we do that, do we have a rating system? Jay, did you come up with one?
We do. We do have a rating system. So normally with our snacks, we would do a 5-point rating system, but for these special mini episodes, this gets a little convoluted because in the past, the mini episodes had been beverages, and we do different rating systems for beverages. But I thought we would carry the tradition of a special rating system for this mini episode. So instead of our normal 5-point system, we've got a special 3-point system. Now remember, these are made by Cadbury. Starting at the bottom, we've got Get This Away From Me. This is something I want to Cadbury underground. Then in the middle, we've got this is a little cad scary. And then at the top, this is something I really want to cad marry.
Yeah, I saw that
There
going
you
there.
So those
Well, those are
ratings.
intuitive. So.
And then we will be playing Cad Marry, Cad Kill, or Cad Fuck.
I think we played Cad Fuck with plenty of candy bars on this podcast.
Right.
Already. I'm a Cad whore at this point.
How many cad STDs do you have?
All over D's Boost Nuts. I've got so many diseases.
All right, let's we got to start with the original, obviously, the non-nuts one. So
Yeah.
it says
So
it
this
says it's
looks
packed
like a
with
circle.
biscuits. So it's not like one is plain and one's nuts.
Biscuit.
One is packed with biscuits.
That's
And
all I
that's a
could think of,
term
but I didn't want to yell
that
it.
that it's a term that is not used food in the United States much, but the term biscuit is much more popular, I think, overseas.
Yeah, it means cookie in like British or Australian English, right? So
Right.
I think this one is filled with sort of like little cookie bits.
But the way it's described on the front, smooth chocolate center, packed with biscuits rolled in chewy caramel, all covered in Cadbury milk chocolate.
So the only difference is the nuts has peanuts instead of the biscuits in the middle.
Very chocolatey. I don't taste a caramel flavor a lot. Oh, it's just a little ring of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ring of caramel around the outside. So it's less about the flavor and more the consistency. It kind of gives you like it makes it chewier than it would be otherwise.
I taste a little bit of the caramel as I dig it out of my teeth with my tongue. I also don't really notice any different. Like, I think the cookies are also just a texture thing. You don't really taste them.
They make it
Right.
crunchy. But the heavy flavor that you get from this is sort of like that chocolate center or whatever that is.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
looks
it's just
hilarious.
a
It looks like
mouthful of chocolate.
it looks like a log, just a turd log.
Yeah, this is a very turd log bar.
It's like, it kind of has a Twix type of feel if it was just enlarged.
It
Like a
actually tastes
larger
quite a lot
Twix.
like a Twix. I was trying to think of what it reminded me of, and it's exactly a Twix. Obviously, the chocolate I think is a little bit better, but and it's bigger.
I like Twix, but I don't like cookie versions of things very much. Like the cookie M&M,
Cookie
the
M&Ms.
cookie Hershey bars. Like, what's it? Just like crispy M&Ms?
Right. I
Or-
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Crispies, yeah.
So, how do you guys feel about cookie versions of products? Or like isn't there a cookie Reese's?
What's the cookie Reese's?
I thought there was.
There might be. I think they're okay. Like crispy M&Ms are pretty good, but I'd rather have probably definitely peanut butter over that, and probably even plain over them. Take it or leave it.
I like cookie. Yeah, I like cookie better than like Rice Crisps. I don't really like crackles or crunches or any with the rice puffs in it. I don't like that much. But like cookie, I really like Twix. Actually, I think Twix are tasty. That Oreo bar we did earlier in there, they had like the Oreo layer with like mint on it. I thought was delicious. So I actually like cookie and candy bars.
Yeah, I like cookies and cream. You know, I used to be really into Twix. There was a period, I think maybe junior or senior year of college, something like that, where Twix was probably like my favorite bar, and I was just eating it constantly. And I think I just OD'd on it because I pretty much never want one anymore. And then when I do eat one, I'm like, this is not, I don't know, it's like too sweet. I don't like the consistency anymore.
Were you a right Twix guy or a left Twix guy?
There's a difference. I'm a double fisting Twix guy. Eat them both at the same time.
No, the ad campaign makes it sound like there's a difference. It was a joke.
Oh,
Their new
I
ad
don't think I
campaign is
saw
like right Twix versus left Twix.
that. That would require me to watch ads, which I never do anymore.
Man, you're so
You pimp.
advanced.
Yeah.
Fucking
Let's
adless
try.
existence. Over there.
Let's try Boost Nuts and see the difference before we do any of our ratings. Did you guys get any STD from the first bar?
I'm clean so far.
Boost warts maybe or
I
something?
got
Well, I'm just boost dating it. I'm not really. I haven't married or fucked it yet. I'm waiting. It just gave me a little bit of a handy.
You said you're boost waiting or boost dating?
Boost dating.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I said we're waiting before we're going to be intimate, but she did give me a little handy. That's all. Nothing. We didn't go.
I got Cadmidia. I got Cadmidia.
The joke was very good. The process of watching you put it together was even better.
I've been saying the whole time you were talking about waiting for marriage or whatever the hell. I was like, okay, what are the STDs that work with Cadbury? Cadsyphil? No.
I was just
just running through.
doing a
them all.
really terrible job of telling that joke to buy you time, Chad. It's a synergistic thing. You're welcome.
Yep.
All right, let's try the nuts here.
How about them nuts, Novak?
This is tough.
They are different.
I mean,
It
the
tastes
peanuts
very
are
different, yeah.
the peanuts are good, but
There's a
But they're
lot
both
more
good.
peanuts than the other one had cookies. You taste the filling a lot more than you did in the first one, I feel like.
I actually think I'm gonna have to go back and bite the original just to get a good comparison.
yep, got to go back and forth here.
It is tough.
You're gonna get diabetes here.
The original has a very satisfying crunchiness to it that the nuts doesn't have as much of. Man, just imagine one of these with peanut butter
I
in
was
it.
just about to say,
Fuck.
Chad, this
that'd
isn't
be
a
good.
Reese's, so I'm assuming it's gonna get downvoted.
But I found out that like peanut butter is not peanut butter in candy and chocolate and stuff. That's not really a thing in Australia. Like to me, when I was looking at all the different flavors of Tim Tams they have, I was like, why is there no peanut butter Tim Tam? It seems like a no-brainer. And apparently, I found out that like they tried it one time, but it wasn't really peanut butter. They just put some like turmeric in it or something like that to try to like simulate a flavor, and everybody hated it. It was a disaster. And I guess they just don't do peanut butter there with chocolate for some reason.
I'm just picturing some guy saying, "Oh, we don't put peanut butter in our candy bars, mate," and you just taking your wife and saying, "We're leaving."
And I'm burning this fucking country to the ground on my way out.
Come on, Taz. Taz is like jerking off in the corner. Yeah, you little pervert. We're gonna destroy this airport.
That's right.
That won't make sense unless you go back and listen to previous episodes, folks. So that's a teaser. Go do it.
All right, Geiger. Since I can't remember the ratings, I'm gonna have you go first.
Well, I think both of these are chlamydia for me. Oh wait, that's not the scale. No,
That's not even with the word Cadbury.
I know
in it.
it's a joke.
Why did in another episode we definitely talked about people in Australia having AIDS for some reason too.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they do. Moving no.
Known fact.
These are both very good. I mean, they're both very, very good. I think these are two. I personally think that these are two snacks that could have won actual full episodes if we spaced them out because they're better than a lot of I feel like the stuff we've been eating lately. If forced to choose between the two of them, okay. Let me rate them individually. I am gonna say I like the Boost Nuts a little bit better because I do love peanut butter and chocolate together, and the peanuts. I just feel like the elements of the Boost Nuts are more distinct. Like I can taste the caramel better, I can taste the peanut butter better, or the peanuts. Sorry. And the chocolate is also still good, whereas the other one just felt like just a chocolate bar. I didn't really get the crunch, and like I said, I'm not big on crunch for crunch sake in a candy bar. It's got to taste good. So I would say, and even though it does taste good, the chocolate is great in the original bar. It's just I like the peanut one better. So I would say, I would actually give them both a Cadbury, but I would choose the peanut one over the regular one.
All right, Chad, how do you feel about these?
These both get a Cadbury from me. They're both very, very good. But I have to pick one that's going to be a little bit better. And for me, that actually is the original flavor. And this is
pressure.
Yeah, this is probably a surprising choice. I think I would have gone into this thinking that I would prefer the peanut one. but there is just something about that crunch of the biscuits that is very satisfying to me, and I just like the flavor, the taste of it, just a scotch better. So I'm gonna go with Boost Original as my winner. Novak, comes down to you.
No pressure.
The original is a little bit bigger of a bar too. I thought
Yes.
that was not bad. The best part of the original to me was the chocolate in the center. There was a little bit more of it, and I like the consistency. Like they describe it as a smooth chocolate center, and I like that chocolate in there. I am definitely giving both a Cadbury. However, and it was close. I had to go back for like third and fourth tries, and not even really wanting to because we're eating a bunch of stuff tonight. But I kept going back just to get the right choice, and it is a very slight win to the Boost Nuts.
Oh, D's nuts.
So it was close, and I even like think I don't know if it was the right decision or not, but it was. I went with the gut. It's a slightly more complete bar. The crunch that you like, Chad, that cookie crunch. I almost would like it better if those cookies weren't in there and the whole thing was just the chocolate center. I think that would be a quality bar for me. But this is a surprise. We were talking about how we hate all these, we give indifference to all this stuff, but all three of us really enjoyed both of these bars. So in the spirit of keeping this an actual mini episode, we wrap it up. But we do suggest that you try these out. Have them shipped in. Go. Maybe you can find them on Amazon. I don't know. But Geiger, let them know where they should contact us with questions.
Not just contact us. You can ship us bars too if you need to get them in like volume because you're shipping them overseas. Throw a few our way.
Yes, please.
And I'm not going to give you our actual addresses, so just email them to us.
Mail them to that random warehouse, and we will pick them up as if they were a drug deal.
Right. The cops will be watching us by then. It'll be even more suspicious. You can reach out to us with any feedback, questions, comments, suggestions for new snacks. We're more than happy to interact with you, the fans, by going to, we're on YouTube. You can hear us on SoundCloud. You can hear us anywhere you normally get your podcasts. You can reach out to us at youtrieddat@gmail.com. We're on Twitter, #YouTriedThat, Facebook group, You Tried That. I think I have covered all the various forms of social media that we're on. Instagram. All right, I'll say, I got you right at the last minute. Instagram, and then we're also on Friendster. So you can go and back to 1999 and try to find a date, and also tell us what you think about snacks.
All right, I did look up Boost Nuts on Amazon, and you can get a 35 pack for $70.
Do it.
Whoa.
Worth it. Worth it.
$70.
100% worth
They're
it.
very good.
Do it. Do it and ship us 34 of those 35.
All right, so go get the 35 pack, and we will see you next time when we'll be reviewing 3 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
Yep.